Nobody can visit this island. Well, you can, but you might not make it out alive. These ominous words resonate around the world, referring to a place so remote, so mysterious and so dangerous that few have dared to venture near its shores. Welcome to North Sentinel Island, a small landmass nestled deep in the Bay of Bengal. Surrounded by clear sapphire waters and lush mangrove jungles, this outcast paradise holds more secrets than any science fiction film. But what lies beneath the allure of this isolated sanctuary? To understand, we must delve into the enigmatic lore of North Sentinel Island. Located amidst the Indian Ocean, North Sentinel Island is home to one of the most isolated and dangerous tribes known to humankind, the Sentinelese. For thousands of years, this tribe has lived in seclusion, thriving in harmony with nature, while the world outside underwent monumental changes. The island gained international attention in 2006 when tragedy struck two fishermen who had the misfortune of straying too close to its shores. The Sentinelese, fiercely protective of their isolation, responded with lethal force, leaving the world to wonder what secrets lay hidden within the island's dense foliage. Following the incident, a 3-mile zone was established around North Sentinel Island, making it off-limits to outsiders. The Indian government, once curious about establishing contact with the tribe, soon realized the dangers of such endeavors and halted all attempts. The Sentinelese are not the only tribes dwelling in the Andaman Islands. The region is also home to the Jarawa, Great Andamanese, the Ong tribes, all living in relative harmony with nature. Tourism, once a distant concept, now threatens to encroach upon these sacred lands. Human safaris and plans for luxury resorts have become a looming threat, putting the tribes at risk of exploitation and endangering their very existence. The delicate balance between preservation and exploration hangs in the balance, and the world watches in anticipation of what the future holds. But what drives the Sentinelese to such hostility towards outsiders? Their aggressive response to any attempts at contact is rooted in a tragic historical event. When British colonizers arrived on the island, they sought to befriend the locals by capturing an elderly couple and 2 children. These captives were taken to Port Blair, where they were presented with gifts. Tragically, the couple succumbed to diseases they had no immunity against, leaving any hopes of peaceful interaction shattered. The children were returned to the island, and since then, the Sentinelese have fiercely guarded their isolation. Among the tales surrounding North Sentinel Island, there are harrowing accounts of individuals who ventured too close to its shores and never returned. These stories serve as haunting reminders of the dangers that await those who dare to defy the island's isolation. One such story involves a group of documentary filmmakers who, driven by a thirst for adventure and a desire to capture the untamed beauty of the island, set sail towards its shores. Despite the warnings and restrictions, they believed their purpose was noble: to shed light on the Sentinelese and their way of life. Armed with cameras and recording equipment, they approached the island cautiously, attempting to stay outside the designated exclusion zone. As they neared the island, they were greeted by the Sentinelese, who made their stance clear with bows and arrows aimed in their direction. Ignoring the warning signs, the filmmakers continued to inch closer. Suddenly, the peaceful facade shattered and a hail of arrows rained down upon them. Frantic, they turned their boat around, desperate to escape the deadly onslaught. Miraculously, the filmmakers managed to retreat to safety, their cameras capturing the chilling footage of the Sentinelese defending their territory. Though shaken by the encounter, the incident served as a stark reminder of the tribe's fierce determination to protect their isolation. In another tale, a group of thrill-seekers and adventure enthusiasts decided to challenge the restrictions and secretly land on North Sentinel Island under the cover of darkness. They believed that their experience in remote travel and survival skills would protect them from harm. Their plan was to spend a few hours exploring the island and then quickly depart before the Sentinelese could detect their presence. Disregarding the risks and potential consequences, they stealthily made their way ashore. Initially, their endeavor seemed successful as they moved cautiously through the dense vegetation, documenting their every step. But as the sun began to rise, the Sentinelese discovered their intruders and a deadly confrontation ensued. The group was overpowered and none survived the encounter. These chilling stories serve as cautionary tales, demonstrating the Sentinelese's steadfast commitment to preserving their isolation and their willingness to defend it at all costs. Notable stories about North Sentinel Island extend beyond modern times and delve into historical accounts of interactions between outsiders and the island's inhabitants. One such incident involved the attempted colonization of the Andaman Islands during the British Raj in India. In the late 19th century, British explorers sought to establish a settlement on North Sentinel Island. Their intentions were far from benevolent, as they aimed to exploit the islands for resources and establish control over the native populations. However, as they approached the island, they were met with fierce resistance from the Sentinelese, who fiercely defended their territory. The Sentinelese's determination caught the colonizers off guard, resulting in several skirmishes and casualties on both sides. Despite their advanced weaponry and technology, the British forces were unable to conquer the island and eventually abandoned their colonization attempts. The Sentinelese remained untouched by outside influence, retaining their isolation and unique way of life. These historical and contemporary stories alike serve as vivid reminders of the need to respect the boundaries set by isolated communities like the Sentinelese. The islands, once a haven for tribes living in harmony with nature, now face the looming threat of unbridled tourism. It is essential to recognize that the Sentinelese are not a curiosity or a spectacle for adventurous tourists. They are a unique community deserving of respect and protection. By respecting their isolation, we acknowledge their right to live as they have for generations. While the allure of North Sentinel Island beckons adventurers and developers alike, we must remember that some places are not meant to be conquered or claimed. Instead, they serve as a reminder of the vastness and diversity of our world, where ancient traditions and indigenous cultures continue to thrive despite the rapid changes around them. As we stand on the precipice of an uncertain future, it is vital that we learn from the mistakes of the past. History has shown us the devastating consequences of forced contact and exploitation. The tragic fate of the great Andamanese tribe, decimated by diseases introduced by outsiders, serves as a somber reminder of the potential consequences of disturbing the delicate equilibrium of isolated communities. Preservation is not just about protecting landscapes or wildlife, it is also about safeguarding the cultural heritage of our planet. The tribes of the Andaman Islands are custodians of ancient wisdom and knowledge passed down through generations. Their self-sufficient way of life is a testament to the resilience of human existence in harmony with nature. Let us recognize the value of preserving these pristine lands, not just for the tribes that call them home, but for the sake of humanity as a whole. Their existence is a living reminder of our interconnectedness with the natural world and our responsibility to protect it. North Sentinel Island, with its sapphire waters and hidden secrets, serves as a mirror to our souls, reflecting the choices we make in our quest for exploration. Shall we be driven by selfish curiosity, seeking to satisfy our desires without regard for the consequences? Or shall we approach with humility and respect, acknowledging the sovereignty of the Sentinelese and other indigenous tribes? In the face of uncertainty, let us choose compassion over curiosity and understanding over conquest. The enigma of North Sentinel Island will continue to captivate our imaginations, but its protection and preservation must take precedence over our desire for discovery. As we navigate the uncharted waters of the future, may we be guided by the wisdom of the past. Let the allure of untouched beauty be a reminder that some places are sacred, and that the greatest adventure lies not in conquering the unknown, but in embracing the mysteries that remind us of our place in this vast, wondrous world. In the end, it is not just about North Sentinel Island or the Andaman Islands, but about the legacy we leave behind for generations to come. Let us strive to be stewards of this fragile planet, respecting the sanctity of isolated lands and the tribes that dwell within. For in doing so, we honor not only the past, but also the future of our shared humanity. If you found this story as inspiring as we did, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe with the FactVoyage channel. And as always, Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through history.